How we went from no visibility to 100 plus demo calls every month with high quality leads without blowing budgets on ads or chasing dead leads via cold emailing or cold calling. Now, why you must watch this entire video? You will achieve a 40% increase in your demo calls within the next 30 days, no more chasing dead leads. You will also accelerate your monthly recurring revenue growth by 25 to 35% in the next 90 days with a laser-focused GTM strategy, along with cutting your ad spend on ads by 70+% and gain better results, allowing you to have a better profit margins, I would say. Look, opportunities do not happen. You create them. Someone important said that. I don't know who he is, but it really resonates with what I'm trying to share here. So who is this for? It's for SaaS founders who are struggling to turn leads into demo calls into paying customers. It's for startup owners who are tired of burning cash on ads that do not convert, or growth marketers seeking a proven GTM strategy to boost their monthly recurring revenue, or sales leaders frustrated with cold outreach landing in spam folders. Now, who am I? My name is Salih Nabil, born in Alexandria, raised in Boston, living between Malaysia and Indonesia for the last 10 years. I'm an ex-dental surgeon, built my first startup back in 2012, and shifted my focus on building startups since then. In 2019, I have built 3 B2B startups. One of it is SaaS, sold it for 6 figures, and the rest is in the medical device and supplement manufacturing and branding, and I still own them. I've generated in total 19 plus million USD in sales, securing over 9,000 plus demo calls, including my startups and my clients in the last 5 years. I started Expand East in 2022 with 20 plus strong team and to create a go-to-market system for SaaS startup companies to accelerate their product launch and growth in the market and hit their revenue target. Now, these are some of the interesting screenshots that I love to share, which I can show you. I helped 97 plus sales and marketing leaders grow their startup revenue and hit MRR goals. These are some of their screenshots, along with over 5,000 plus demo calls that I helped entrepreneurs to get involved in their business. And these are also some screenshots for that. Now, what most startups dealing with right now? You can have an incredible product, great ads, spend $1,000 on improving your website, but you can't seem to have a sustainable growth. Probably one of those 6 elements you're dealing with, whether it's a bad ideal customer persona, thinking that more is better, hiring a bad team and poor SDRs and business development, wasting tons of money on advertising channels, which is Meta, LinkedIn, YouTube, etc., sending 10,000 plus cold emails, outbound emails, and hoping someone will respond and have a meeting with you. Basically, you're being spammy and getting 90% ghosting rate, not sure what's going on, or eventually having a high cost per customer acquisition that is killing your profit margins. Let's just assume you launch a product that is a work of art, a true labor of love. Yet months down the line, the sales figures just aren't adding up, and you're not reaching your monthly recurring revenue. The puzzle, well, you might have got the perfect product, but not the perfect buyer. Yes, you've done ads, SEO, social media posts, etc. But it all fell flat because your ICP was not laser focused. Now, I will jump into it showing to you that your bottom line buyer persona drives sales, and those that have adopted using them have displayed significant boost in ROI. The most crucial element personas influence is an improvement to customer experiences. High-level benefits of getting the right ICP is really a big deal. You will improve your value propositions, increase profits, provide a better understanding of buyers, create higher lead conversions. Now, one of the common first problems I can see is you are trying to force a bad fit customer, and this has huge hidden risks and real cost. One of the major issues every single time when I talk to a founder is that they are talking to the wrong kind of leads. Metrics like lead generated or calls booked is a vanity metric and means almost nothing. Anybody can fill their calendar with a bunch of bad fit calls. This is a great way to waste your time, get discouraged, confused, and lose focus on the main goal, which is driving revenue. So there was an article, it's from Steven Zollers, and it revealed that 71% of companies who exceed revenue and lead goals have found the right personas. Now, that's worth thinking about. In this sense, the best ads won't save your growth goals. You're missing out on something much more important. Your startup is in trouble if you can't really and clearly answer these questions. What sparks your ideal customer to engage? What are the roadblocks they face in their journey? How do they evaluate you and your competitors? What industries or specific groups of people are a good fit, etc. Now, the question is, how do you collect real answers from this ideal customer profile? It's the answer here is very simple. Start selling to an initial customer persona. And here is how you actually do it. So you're going to come up with an initial customer persona that you initially found, whether it's on LinkedIn, whether it's on Instagram, whatever social media you found them. And what's going to happen is you will start to create a simple sales material. And you will create an outreach campaign, which I will show you later, one of the best practices to do so, and a more of like a sales or a demo deck. And you're going to go one-on-one sales. So what's going to happen is you will see a lot of magic in terms of how you can get this sorted out. You will see things that engaging with users, people might say, yes, I like what you said. People might say, I don't like what you said. So you will double down on the things that might trigger them. You will know that in a few. But the old way, which is, oh, let's do some survey, let's do some interviews, let's ask a friend or a colleague about my new product and what they think, or even publishing ads and to test the waters, these kind of stuff does not really work. Now, when you're speaking to persona, you need to have an understanding what kind of people they are in the company. So not every person will be the user of your product or your service. So some of them might be not even the user, like an economic buyer. Imagine you pitch to someone, marketing manager. They are a functional buyer who uses your product, okay? However, the one who will make a final decision on your product to make a purchase is the CFO or the CEO. So you need to look into a perspective on what kind of material do you have, what kind of content do you have that is appealing to these kind of buyers from these companies of your ICP. So you have an economic buyer, you have a functional buyer, and you have a technical buyer. Imagine you are selling a product and one of the IT directors or the CTO is asking, does this integrate with our current stack? Is it seamless? Can you give me an example? He doesn't really care about the budget. He doesn't really care how much you cost, but he really cares about the integration with their current system. He doesn't want headache. So keep note on that when you're creating content. So I crafted for you here an AI-powered ICP generator, where it's a framework for you to have. You will have 4 prompts that will easily define your ICP. It will help you find accounts that fit your ICP. It will prioritize which account you should focus on based on the fit, and it will make you it will quickly help you to understand how your ICP operates. So I think this is a really big deal. It will cut down your time. Usually this takes at least 1 to 2 days. You can do it in less than 2 minutes using ChatGPT prompts that is easily done for you. Just download it below and under this video. The second problem is not having a clear consolidated value proposition. So if you want to accelerate your growth, you need to match the highest messaging trigger with the most relevant ideal customer persona. Basically, they call it reaching the message market fit. So how can you achieve this? So there's a saying, there is a winning zone. So what is a winning zone? It's a clear point of difference that meets the needs and make it even bigger. So if you are not there, you need to find a way to be there. Because if you are focusing on what the competitor have and you have something just a bit better, then you'll be crushed. Or if you're basically using, hey, we have better execution, we're a bit faster, we're slightly faster, this is more like a risky zone. You really need to run away from it. So how do you test your message? You're going to go with you need to find the first 500 customer persona you generated in the early time. And you will start sending them whether it's manually or automation. If you're looking for something more automated, you can always know this one-on-one consultation with me. I can show you all one of the best automation stack you can use for LinkedIn automation, for email marketing automation, without hurting or damaging your email reputation and your LinkedIn profile. This one, we can have a one-on-one booking to discuss much further. But for now, let's say you have a 500 ICP. You send them one by one the messaging that resonates to them. And are they responding? This is the question. Are they responding? And what are they responding with? For example, let's say I tell someone about a product that will accelerate their sales process and automation on LinkedIn, for example. And they basically, I tell them, well, it cuts your time by half or by 70%. Maybe they don't really care. But when I say, for example, it makes your reach 10 times better, maybe they care about this. So which messaging are they responding? The reach one, or are they responding to the cut time? Which one do they appreciate more? Are they excited to know more about this kind of product or service? Are they trying similar product and comparing you to it? Because they might ask you this kind of question. So this is all of the information that you need to gather in this stage to test your message. And then what's going to happen is the more appealing the message sounds to the customers, the faster the desired sales will materialize. So at this stage, although you might be testing your messaging, but high chance you will generate some sales. And let's just put it this way, demo calls that will lead to sales. Because you are in this process of trying to upgrade your messaging, trying to refine it and tailor it to the right ICP. Now, I want to tell you something crazy. Most companies cost them 4 to 5 times to acquire a new customer because their major problem, not fancy ads, not video editing skills, or not copywriting in a sense where it's polished. It's actually message failure. They fail to be in the winning zone and they fail to resonate with the right ICP with the right message. This is how bad it is. And companies always try to cover it by ads. Let's spend money on more ads. Let's hire more business development. But most of the time, that's not really the case. It's all about the messaging. Let me give you a very quick example over here. And I'm just going to show you the screenshot of the homepage, but it really redefined this glove company. This is one of my businesses, by the way. It improved 104% in the conversion rate, 2 to 3x email conversion rate. And also I increased the booking for sales call by 60%. The only difference is just simply understanding who are those people that might be buying these kind of gloves. And realized when we talk about ourselves, like we were going to say, we're the #1 glove brand, or we're the #1 blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. Nobody really cares about when you talk about yourself. It's all about them. When we change the messaging to say, elevate your ROI by discovering the profit potential of disposable gloves, I was specifically talking with wholesalers, with distributors, people who really are interested to know what's in it for me in terms of profit margin. I spoke their message. I don't even care so much about talking about myself anymore. I'm talking about what they want. And this really accelerated it. It's all about refining your message. So you can see here, you'll get rejection. Yes, you need to know why. Why they gave you a thumbs down. Why they don't like you. Maybe you're still in the losing zone or the danger zone or the risky zone. You'll get questions. Use it in your messaging, to upgrade yourself. Are they asking for trust signals? So example, like, are you registered with this specific association? Are you verified by this chamber of commerce? I didn't see you listed on this website. So these kind of stuff makes them like, oh, this is how I look at you. Are you somebody trusted or not trusted? So the third problem is panic-led marketing mode. So this is something common among co-founders, CMOs, CEOs, where they are just panicking and want to get customers as fast as possible. So they go on spending $10,000 on lead magnet ads, whatever platform it is. And then after this, they spam the mailbox of the sign-up with like value, like PDFs, videos. And then 4 days later, they call the prospect, their SDR calls the prospect, hey, we have a 20% promotion. And then you find the fourth email, hey, can you introduce me to the person in charge? So this is exactly how I usually see things go. And it takes them around 15 days. That's 2 weeks from the first touch point to the last email saying, you seem busy, we will not disturb you anymore, something like that. But that's on their side. The buyer needs a minimum of 4 months to make a purchase, 3 to 4 months usually. So you can see how there's a huge misalignment in B2B marketing right now, or your current marketing plan, when you are so much panicking. You want to sell in a rush and you're looking into 15-day sequence, but the buyer willing to take their time, and usually it takes them 3 to 4 months to buy. Now, the thing is, this is buying, not jumping on a demo call. So keep note on the difference here. So the problem even goes beyond misalignment. With this approach, you get even 3 more problems. You lose deals, so you get flagged as spammy by prospects. You create marketing debt. We call it marketing debt, which is wrong action compound negatively. And you burn the brand. So your business seems needy and not healthy. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying emailing is bad. I am saying 15-day panic-led email sequence is a nightmare. Just avoid it completely. Do not do it. Now, what I recommend instead is you need to focus on a 360 channel automation system, or that's how I usually call it, and that's what my team usually does. So you need to focus on generating first to get them on a meeting, not to sell them anything. So you need to get them on a demo call, on a meeting, and it takes 8 interactions to set up the first meeting or a first appointment. And an average software buyer would take 30 to 40 days just to consider going on a meeting with you. Not buying yet, just going on a meeting, 30 to 40 days. Remember, buying 4 months, 3 to 4 months. Meetings 30 to 40 days with 8 interactions. Now, there are 4 core channels that you can leverage. So using email alone definitely is not a good idea. So I would heavily recommend using LinkedIn. And usually with my team, we do like full-scale LinkedIn automation, where we do everything fully automated and we give pure value, no spam, heavily tailored to every single individual, and feeding the leads to CRM automatically once they respond. And then we start to do consistent outbound email sequence once they are connected or engaged and so on, putting them on more of a follow-up sequence with tons of value. And I am always asking and thinking, okay, what will be the next logical step they would be thinking? And I will be sending it in the next email and in the next email, and then our recap. So we have this kind of email system at Expand East where we make sure that we follow the common psychological behavior of a software buyer. And our CTA is always about getting them on a meeting. We never really care about selling to them at all, especially in these kind of channels. The third channel is always about WhatsApp. So in Southeast Asia, because we are heavily aggressive on Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, and few other relevant countries, neighboring countries, what's going to happening is people love WhatsApp. People love WhatsApp so much. So usually what happens is when people start to trust us on LinkedIn, they are willing to share their WhatsApp for maybe a webinar that we promote to them. And this is exactly what kind of value we would want to give in these kind of channels. And then a warm-up or a warm outbound call, which is, I love to call it warm, because it's not going to be cold anymore. They already know us via LinkedIn. They already know us via email. They already know us via WhatsApp. So when I call them and say, hey, you booked an appointment with us. Hey, you attended a webinar with us, blah, blah, blah. This kind of stuff is a big deal for them. And these are some of the proof, like we get them always excited in the email. Hey, I wanna jump on a video call with you. I'm reaching out to have a session with you guys. Can I book a session with you tomorrow? Can I book a session with you in 3 days? Tons of proof and tons of engagement and demo calls have been booked in these kind of with these kind of approaches. And the reason what makes us different at Expand East, because it's all about the methodology. We align so well with the customer behavior, with the common human psychology. We're going back to basics. We do not just simply go for a shortcut. We align with the typical human behavior, their emotions, the way they're looking for the next step. We never jump on the last step. And of course, our team are all experienced when it comes to business development, so they know what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. It has to be consistent. You need to automate everything. You must document everything, what works, what doesn't work. So all of the stuff we usually do, we're very transparent in our approach, and we really are passionate about what we do. So if you're interested to learn more on how we can really take your business to the next level, boost your demo calls, going for, achieving your MRR goals in the maybe next year or the next 2 or 3 quarters, upcoming 2 or 3 quarters, let's have a call. Let's see how it goes. So that's all for now, guys. I hope this was valuable video, and let me know what's your feedback. Thank you.